Hello everyone, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick. Today we have set number 76281. This is the X-Men X-Jet, containing 359 pieces and retailing for $85 when it releases on January 1st, 2024. I found this a little early at Walmart, and if we take a quick look at the back of the box, art shows some stuff. This is based off of the X-Men 97, specifically the Disney Plus reboot that's coming out in 2024, which is a continuation of X-Men the Animated Series, which ran from 1992 to 1997. So this set is based off of the Disney Plus continuation, not the original series. Inside, you'll find 4 numbered bags, as well as an instruction booklet, a sticker sheet, and then these 2 blue, aircraft pieces. Here's the completed build for the jet. It's, kind of small for $85. Very first glance, first impressions. It's about the same size as the Hoopty. It is $5 less than the Hoopty. It has one more figure, so just obvious comparison aside. Overall, first impressions, I think that it looks pretty sleek. I respect the look of it. It doesn't really look like it did in the 97 show. I don't know if it will be upgraded or anything, look different in the new updated show. That we haven't seen any pictures of yet, so possible it is. Possibly this is just an inaccurate looking set, but I think that it's respectable. I do like the red cockpit. I think that's cool. These pieces were not, in fact, new. They were, well, not a new part, but they are new in dark blue. We do have your stud shooters on the bottom, and then these 2 little raised sections on the base that act kind of as landing gear. We do have these spring-loaded shooters under the wings, and you just push up on them, and they will shoot out like normal spring-loaded shooters. We do also have stud shooters down here right in front that shoot out these tiles, technically. There we go. That worked. There are these stickers next to them, which, add whatever. The cockpit is probably where we get most interesting. I do kind of like how they use this little, these pieces sort of dribbling on the top. I think it's an interesting look. We can fit 2 figures in the front here, and then there's the blocked off section. And we can also fit 2 additional figures in the back. We have Magneto and Cyclops, so you can fit all the figures in the set inside. With the figures removed, the cockpit has some decent sticker details. We've got these 2 1x8 tiles that have different stickers on them there. There is also a unique sticker for this front, cockpit display. And if we move to the back, you'll see it has the exact same little detail with 2 different stickers for those 1x8 tiles, as well as another sticker here on the back that shows kind of the whole ship. And this one is interestingly placed behind one of those book covers in transparent blue that they often just put a sticker on that to make that like a holographic display. I don't know, this is kind of interesting. Looks kind of cool. One minor annoyance about the cockpit is that if you have a figure lean back at all, the cockpit won't go down. You have to make sure that you lean them forward all the way, basically. One other thing that's kind of interesting with this cockpit is that this end of the cockpit here actually locks these 2 containers in place. These containers you can pull up, and just 2 separate containers. You can store your extra stud shooter ammo in there. They don't officially tell you to do that, but it is pictured on the box. But other than that, if you don't add these here, that's just an empty space. So, I don't know, it looks kind of weird if you leave them out. They do have the holes on them, so they're not very good at actually holding the extra ammo, which you'll notice there's a part that just ended up there. Moving towards the back, we have these large wing pieces, which were present in the previous X-Jet, which I don't have to compare with. Unfortunately, I do own it, but I have it taken apart because I didn't like it that much. I do think this looks visually better than the previous one. We do have some stickers up here on the wings, and overall, back section is kind of whatever. It's very thin, but you can hold it and swoosh it from here pretty easily, so that's good, I guess. Yeah, that's basically all there really is to the build here. It is pretty simple. It went together really fast. Uses quite a few large parts down here on the base to, create the whole, basically, chassis of the jet. Overall opinion on the build is, it looks kind of cool. I do wish that they maybe tiled off of these, hollow studs back here. Just a simple thing. But, maybe would have looked a little better. I do want to call out specifically the use of this piece from Speed Champions. It really helps with the overall curve of the set. And I don't know, just works out pretty well. They do use a couple under here for the spring-loaded shooters as well. First up for figures, we have Rogue, who we're taking a look at first because this is the only character that is completely unique and exclusive to the set so far. I guess she could be in the X-Mansion if that does come true, which it seems it probably will. But, you know, this is a new thing, which is cool. It's nice to see them making a new character after all this time. She does have yellow legs, which from the back look kind of odd. They probably should have had some sort of wrap around the side at least. But, you know, it's all right. The green printing is also not lined up super well on my copy. The yellow printing on the torso is not perfect. It's okay. So yeah, we did get a lot of new prints for this figure, but I don't know, it just doesn't look that excellent. The hairpiece is not super great, but this is definitely based off of the X-Men show, which Rogue does have the same costume between the original 97 and at least in the concept art for new show. She does have an alternate facial expression as well. Yeah, and I guess we can see how the hair frames that up. It works pretty well on both sides of the face. Yeah, I do kind of wish that she'd maybe been done in the CMFs and Wolverine was just here. So they could have done maybe some sort of new hairpiece for her. Though I do appreciate that they did at least, at minimum, print the hair. You know, it's better than nothing. Magneto's an interesting one, as this is a new type of costume for him. This is not from the original X-Men 97 show. This is from at least the concept art for the new one, which basically this is Magneto once he is, I guess, spoilers for X-Men 97 if you haven't seen the original seasons. I guess he turns to a hero by the end of the show or something. I don't know. And this is his new costume that he'll have in the new season going forward. It's kind of based off of a appearance in Uncanny X-Men, and I don't know, he wears this costume, I guess, but he's gonna wear it again in the new show, so that's cool. I actually do think it's neat to get some sort of new outfit, at least, like if they were picking anyone from the X-Men 97 show. I think it's kind of cool they picked this. The hairpiece is the same as Gandalf from Lord of the Rings and Dumbledore. You know, he does have two facial expressions, a smiling one and the angry one we saw here. I like this facial expression. I think that's cool. I think this is a new face, at least. Maybe it's reused from someone that I'm not recognizing. We just have back printing on the torso as well, under the single hole cape. Overall, pretty good figure. Like, it's, you know, it doesn't have a ton of detail to it, but, like, for what it's supposed to represent, I think it looks pretty good. Maybe could have used some dual molding in the arms, but, like, I don't know, it's not the end of the world for me. He does come with this little metal disc, like they've done for him before, but this time it's kind of cool, because he's actually centered on it, because they have these newer, new since the last time we've gotten a Magneto, 1x2 round plates with the jumpers. And now we've gotten a Cyclops before as well in the previous X-Jet, but this is a pretty decently different outfit. The last one did not have hair over the mask, but that visor and face print is pretty cool. It actually, the print quality on there is really good. It's like a pretty close match to regular skin tone. The yellow on the torso as well is not that far off as well. Like the whole figure, I think the print quality is done pretty well. It is a little weird that he's missing his yellow tights. Apparently some other toy manufacturers have also done the same thing where they've excluded the yellow tights. However, he does have them in the concept art for the new show, so who knows, remains to be seen. I guess maybe they'll change it, or maybe they gave different concept art to people making toys. He does have an alternate expression as well, where he's angry, and overall, I mean, like, I would have preferred probably to get a new character, but I think that this is a pretty decent, you know, Cyclops figure for what it is. And then here we have Wolverine, and this Wolverine is very similar to the CMF, but actually, like, barely any of them is actually exactly the same. The torso print is the same design, however, he does not have the arm printing, but he also does not have dual molding or side printing on the legs. One thing he does have, though, it was a pleasant surprise, is exclusive face print, where he's got the smiling expression here, and he also has the secondary expression that is for not having the mask, where he has a smirk, which both pretty cool. Compared to the other figure, Here's the two of them with the masks. You can see that they both have or this one has the shoulder pads, this one does not. This is the one from the set, it's the CMF. Turning around to the side, you can see the CMF does have those dual molded legs. Our version in the set does not. They have the same exact mask piece. Mine had a little bit better definition around the sides of the cowls. The black paint there is just a little bit of cleaner line on the one from the set. I don't think that's a general thing. I think that's just my two specific copies here. And if we remove the cowls, you can see basically we have smiles instead of frowns, generally speaking, on the new version. It's cool that they got two different faces, but like, I don't know, the rest of these figures are similar enough that like I honestly don't even care that much about the extra level of detail in here. Like the arm hair is nice, but like the fact that the like shoulder armor thing doesn't really like wrap all the way to the like torso, and the like side printing on the legs doesn't really line up all that well. I have a couple of copies of this figure, and none of them the legs really work all that well. So like honestly, this is almost like it's as good or better as the CMF, and like they could have just done a different character in the CMFs. I'm gonna stand by that opinion. They do obviously both come with the claws as well, but that's pretty standard fare for Wolverine at this point. And this is just a shot of all of the X-Men 97 characters that we've gotten, like, in the last two waves of sets. You know, it's cool that we also have Beast and Storm, but, you know, we could have had another character instead of Wolverine. Like, we didn't really need to. Like, yeah, sure, the Sentinel's nice, but, like, Jubilee, Jean Grey, Gambit, especially Gambit. I think Gambit would have been awesome to get as a minifigure. Or Sunspotter, Mr. Sinister. Apparently those are all the main characters of the new, at least new season of X-Men 97. Like, it would have been awesome to get any one of those in place of any of these, and hopefully we'll get some of them in the X-Mansion. Overall, it's fine. Like, the price is really high. That, I think, you know, is kind of a given at this point. I do think it's a better value than the Hoopty, probably, mostly because of the additional figure count. The size of the ships are comparable. I like the look of this one better. I also like it better than the 2014 X-Jet. So I like, build-wise, I think it's kind of cool. You know, the size is maybe a little smaller than the Hoopty, and there is definitely a lot less usable interior space. I think the interior space here is fine, but the Hoopty did do a pretty good job at that. As far as character selection, I think that is one of the major things that could have been improved about this. Like, the figures that are here are kind of cool. I actually do like the Magneto kind of a lot, more than I thought I would. And I think the Cyclops, like, just quality-wise, the prints on here are pretty good. Wolverine, kind of, I maybe would have preferred to even just get this version of Wolverine, because I think the version is fine, and get someone different in the CMF series. Though I know, of course, they're not going to do that, because Wolverine's a popular character, and he's going to sell CMFs. And then Rogue, she's fine. I think that it is a probably better than average showing for a Marvel minifigure. They definitely could have used, like, Gambit would have been pretty awesome to get in the set, or Jean Grey. And then Jubilee is also supposed to be a main character, apparently. Getting one of those characters we've never gotten before over someone like Cyclops or Magneto or Wolverine in this set, or even if you'd done one of those in the CMF instead of Wolverine, I think any of that could have improved this kind of little sub-collection of X-Men 97 stuff. Even then, though, I assume that we'll probably get a lot of these figures repeated in the X-Mansion. Hopefully we'll get some of the other characters we're missing in that one. But I do kind of, maybe pessimistically, expect it to basically just be these four characters. Maybe even including at least Beast or Storm from the CMF as well. Not an identical version, as they've kind of made apparent that they're not going to do by making this Wolverine different. But I do expect one of those characters at least to kind of show up in that set as well. But maybe we'll get a couple other new figures. Here's hoping. Will be interesting to see if this maybe like is compatible with the X-Mansion, or if it looks cool on display with it. Maybe that will make this set a little bit more interesting to me. But as it stands, it's fine. And you know, if you're interested in it, keep an eye out for a discount, and hopefully you'll get one. I can't imagine this never getting discounted, as both the Hoopty and, you know, the War on the Water set, which were in similar price points with similar numbers of figures, and, you know, those got discounted pretty heavily, pretty quickly. So I kind of imagine this will be in the same boat, unless people do really connect with this and really like it, and maybe it will sell better than I'm expecting. So, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know if you did in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye, everyone.